does that.
That seems pretty likely. Phantom, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Kill You will be Dread, Kush will be something random? He might just click random, right? Like, I don't even know that he
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
chooses Nova.
Yeah,
Do you think Nova will stick on Colossus?
Next side heal you will go Destro. Moo will go Arb. Kraken could go Follow or Raven. Saranya could go Carrier or Raven.
Drekus Saranya? Dude, I just, like, have a hard time keeping my name straight anymore, man. The system.
Well, geez, if it's not for another hour, I guess I'm gonna go to sleep and wake back up.
Make sure you wake up.
Don't be late.
I hope I wake up.
Should go wander through the twilight hours and contemplate the nature of existence.
You'll be demoted back down to the Sharks.
Ouch.
So, yeah, it seems like Jimber's team is ready again, and Kraken's team continues to, Kraken's team doesn't seem quite ready yet. Okay, so now we are ready. We're gonna launch. This thing is gonna happen. So, Grave, do you Merlin, do you want to read ships again, or Grave, did you want to read the top right team?
Sure.
Okay, so just go from when I say just go from the top ship to the bottom ship.
Okay.
Okay, so this is round 2, match 2 between Jimber and Kraken in the Fall 2017 Star Battle X tournament. Or in deep space, in the bottom left, we have Jimber's team. Jimber opening range rocket. Kenneth opening, is that shield recharge? Yeah, it looks like shield recharge. Chris going 3-1 with 0.61 speed. Bloodhound going 5 armor again. Dark Uncle going range 4. And then Dreamer going imp. Grave, what do we have from the blue team?
And on the blue team, we have Kraken on the top side, opening with 1 Muta and Meta. We have Moo as a Raven opening EMP. Heal You opening range rockets. Admiral Nova opening range rockets. And Saronia also opening 1 fighter with Meta.
So double Leviathan. It's just 2 tanks with Arb Raven. Double Leviathan with Arb Raven. This is an interesting comp choice.
The Storm. Would you have Storm?
We got the Kush going Storm. The crazy comps all day here. Has Kush played the same ship 2 games in a row? Like, he's changed every single time, right?
Yeah.
But they're getting pushed in a little bit here. I mean, I feel like Levy, especially double Levy, can be pretty tricky. Because in the early game, they don't really win a lane against any other tank. And here it's Saronia going up against Dark Uncle's Guard, so I feel like most of the time Guard will do pretty well in that early game matchup. Then Frigate versus Levi can also do pretty well for the Frigate, so all in all, this could be kind of I feel like this could be one of the trickier matchups for Kraken.
I agree. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have too much of a counter for the Scourges. I mean, they have the Acid from the Levies, and they have Pods from the BC, but they get that upgraded.
Yeah, we're already at the 200 farm lead.
Unlike 2 Levy comps.
Oh, yeah, sure, but wouldn't you usually, if you're going to go double Levy, wouldn't you go like a 3 tank comp and still get like 1 tank in the mid for that stability?
Yeah. 1 tank would help. If they're gonna get contained.
Yeah, they're getting pushed in really hard here. Bloodhound has to be careful, right? He doesn't want to take too much shots, but, you know, this is now a 300, really almost going on a 400 farm lead. Like, usually in an opening, anything more than 200 is where you really start to feel the pain, and almost a 400 farm lead. That's pretty significant. But they do have to,
Looks like
you know,
they're
get back still, right? If they get a pick on Chris here.
Low here.
Yeah, Chris is getting a lot of damage. Storm gets in.
Ooh.
They could almost get Dark Uncle here if they cannot get Chris, right? If they don't have the speed to stay on Chris. Bloodhound
They
comes
gotta be
in
careful here, though. They don't have that energy for a deny on that Destro.
Well, yeah, and they don't. The Dread doesn't have any abilities anyway. He,
oh, he went plating, huh?
yeah, I don't know why he's coming to a dead stop though. What's
Stop.
Bloodhound? What? How much have you been drinking?
Bloody hell.
That's amazing. But yeah, so Chris actually had to slightly cover Bloodhound there, which means Chris is still now once again slightly threatened.
Ooh.
But it looks like they're all going to get their a little bit, you know, inelegant of an extraction, but they didn't lose anyone, and they still have farm lead. They can take just a little bit of time to heal. Problem is, of course, that, you know, with the double Leviathans, blue
Scourge
team
is coming.
yeah.
Scourge is coming.
Yeah.
Looks like Kraken has his one shot on both the tentacles and the locusts, and Saronia is one shot on the tentacles and working up the locusts now.
Kenneth went into boost. Dark Scourges, Bloodhound, 6 Gats. Dark, oh yeah, I already said that. Chris went Lance, and then Dreamer got DMAT. So we have a lot of abilities coming out from Red Team. With the boost, if they can actually get in on someone, that could be really significant, right? Boost on the Scourges or really anything else. But Blue Team is just gonna, looks like they're gonna manage to go straight back and not get picked here. Interesting that both Leviathans are at the bottom, and so they're letting the frigate get a little bit more farm on the top. You think they might be looking in to pick up Torp if they can? Yeah, Helio is coming back with 483, so he could. Kush is going back with 400, so if he wanted to, he could get boost, or even stasis.
Yep, it looks like Jimber already has 3 energy upgrades, and he only has Afterburner right now, so he might be going into some sort of energy-based build.
Okay, so we got feedback from Kush, not something to boost Torp, which means I'd be surprised to see Torp from the frigate, but you never know. Helio looks like he's just picking up more rockets. Okay. No so Saranja picked up Regenerate, Kraken, no abilities, Moo, DMAT, and then Admiral Nova picked up Scan. So on the whole, for this moment, right, I feel like Red Team has a lot more aggression, a lot more damage capabilities if they can get on someone, right? If they don't keep being kind of split up.
The longer the game goes, the stronger the blue team gets. With it.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like they both got DMATs now.
Yeah, that is true, although, I mean, the Scourges can get very strong in the mid-game.
If both levies go for a Frenzy and a Corruption, they could deal a lot of damage on one of those smaller ships, or even the Colo if he doesn't have shields.
Actually, some tight frigate exchanges going on the top. Jimber is going to be taking whole damage here. I'm just going to leave him... really, he's going to get back. Okay, he gets dematted.
Here comes a Scourge on
Disengage.
Helio.
Bloodhound takes a storm, but he's fine. And so now, you know, the red team is still up on farm, but it's not nearly so bad now. So Kraken is managing to hold it together here. Had a little bit of an early game disadvantage, but they, you know, at this point, a 200 farm disadvantage with 2 Leviathans. Still not great, but definitely not in a position where they're worried about losing the game in the short term.
And the gap is closing pretty rapidly.
Good observation. Thank you to Villa. So we have Torp on Jimber. Kenneth has boost, as mentioned before, so they do have boost Torp if they can. They still have to get on someone, though, right? The Torp on its own isn't going to kill anything. Saranja is actually taking some damage in the bottom. So if they could get Bloodhound there as well, that would be a lot of damage with the Gats. Kind of surprised that, okay, Kenneth boosts Dark Uncle. Interesting, yeah, and Dark Uncle actually also has Corrosive Acid trying to slow Saranja down. So that now they finally can get Bloodhound there. I kind of feel like they actually should have boosted Bloodhound earlier, though, to get on the earlier. Chrono Boost is on Jimber. Jimber does not have the energy quite yet, though. He is 10
Kraken's in
short.
trouble.
3 short. It might launch now. Not quite yet. Okay. There it goes. It connects on Heal You. And they're going to go in on Heal You. Lance on Heal You. He's down to 900. Saranja's here too. He's at 1500. Gats on Saranja. Lance coming up on Chris. Lance coming up on Chris. Chris, where's the Lance?
Oh my god, he had Lance there.
Where is the Lance? Oh my goodness.
He needed the Lance there. He could have got 2 kills.
That was a really critical Lance.
Was a kill.
That did not happen.
Oh, 1 at least. Oh,
I mean, it was still a good push, but damn, that could have been game defining right there. He nearly made the highlight reel now. Let's see. Alright, so Saranja coming out with heal, Nova coming out with lockdown, Moo coming out with now 8-second cooldown on Matrix. Oh, I mean, I think it's already, like, missing a kill like that, it's already biting them. We got Feedback Storm and Phantom on Kush. Moo. Oh yeah, you got the 8-second there. Da, 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 da. And then Kraken. Still no abilities in Kraken, just the tentacles and the passives. So I guess I actually need to open up the upgrades list so we can see what Kraken even has. So Kraken has Metamorphosis, Adaptive Plating, and Organic Carapace. That's why he doesn't have any abilities yet. He's getting all of the passive upgrades. Got a scan, making sure they're not going to get backdoored here. But now the farm difference is still over 100, but not nearly as bad as at the start of the game. The Phantom is going to die. Rip Phantom. Jimber doesn't have the energy on hand for Torp. Heal You does not have Torp.
Rip waves on Jim.
Yeah, Jimber is using his energy for rip waves. A very, very energy heavy frigate here. Do you feel like energy heavy frigate is strong against Leviathan? Like, it is a double Leviathan build.
Not really. I feel like the rip wave is a good way to farm, but I think you need missiles against those levies. Just straight missile.
I'm kind of surprised that it's, 4 different abilities with 400 energy against Leviathan. You'd think there would be a little bit more than the rockets, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, they do have force field and potential PDDs, but
I mean, you already got the rip wave to just ignore the PDDs, right?
Yeah, so he's got that taken care of. I'm debating on whether or not he should have gone more into missiles sooner and worried about the rip wave later, but
yeah, it's the ion that really surprised me.
Agreed.
XI Helios got 8 attacks on his missiles. He's had that for a while.
A little turn there on Dark, that was interesting. Could have actually been really significant if he had gone in any deeper. But yeah, the Leviathans are starting to do Leviathan things. But Red Team is still holding a farm lead, right? There's no point where it seemed like the gap is going to immediately close. I mean, it could be now, if anything, but we do have Kenneth.
This is happening here.
Sliding out here a little bit, threatening a warp in. They do get the scan off, so they definitely see it.
Stasis.
Yeah, they got the stasis, they got the boost. They want to get a Torp pick as soon as possible.
Oh.
Warp in on Chris. Saranja's actually taking a little. Well, the Phantom of Saranja is taking a lot of damage here.
See, it even pulled you.
Oh, they're torping the Phantom.
Oh, no cancel. Jimber, where's the cancel? Oh no, that's really rough.
I guess the Phantoms were a good call there.
Oh yeah, the Phantoms have been doing really well for that team, the Kraken team. I'll tell you that much.
Especially when they're controlled, right? When you keep moving them.
Yes, even better. Better than the last game. Each one is full then. That's what I like to see, you know?
Yeah, no hardened shield on Chris, so being down to 3,500 shield with no recharge means he's actually kind of low on shields. He does need Kenneth with the recharge.
True. The red team's farm lead is growing, though.
Yeah, they're not making individual big plays, but their overall position in the game is not any worse, really, than it has been for the last, like, 8 minutes.
Oh, Chris needs to watch out here.
Yeah, they're getting in. Saranja still, you know,
Haven't
there
got
is
any-
no acid spray, but there's still no corruption. Dark Uncle actually might be the target here. They are kind of transitioning to him. Kush does not have stasis or boost, so they can't change the speed of the other ships, so yeah, it looks like they're just gonna have to basically disengage. Oh, actually, the Ion does manage to land pretty well on Kush there. Keeps his shields down in case they can threaten him later on. And the acid with the Gats is doing work on Kraken.
Oh yeah, that's slowing him down
This is
quite a bit.
actually a sustained push with the Torp. It's going to turn. It's going to go off on. It actually hits Bloodhound. Wow, that was a really unfortunate Torp for them there. And now there might Blackout turn. Heal you has rockets on.
That was a great Phantom.
No, Stasis
Great Phantom.
interrupts,
OG.
but Kenneth can't stay here. Saranja does not have a charge. Or what is it called?
Intercept.
Intercept, thank you.
You see
And-
that Phantom with OG? That was good.
That was a really
good
good
timing.
Phantom, and Jimber's Torps are so far hurting. I think have so far dealt more damage to his team than the enemy team.
Oh, look on the right here. They're setting up a warp trick.
Chris is
Oh, yeah,
going
Chris.
deep.
Sneaky.
They have the
Kraken
scan, they
smelled
see it. Chris has to commit here. They have a Dark Uncle and a Jimber. There is the, do you think they're going to recognize that this Kush is not the real Kush?
Phantom
Yeah.
is gonna get it again. Oh, that's
Dark
brilliant.
Drump's
They go for this.
corrosive on that. He's actually staying on it. He drops the, yeah, okay.
Chris needs to back out here, though.
Admiral Nova is getting lanced. Blood is not... If Blood actually could have focused on Nova there, that could have been pretty threatening. Chris is way too deep. That's the real
he is.
Chris. He is out of shields. He is gonna die. He's gone. He went way too deep there, and that was a very bad turn.
Oh, wow.
Way too close with no shields.
No, yeah, I mean,
death
there
sentence
was,
for Cole.
I mean, there wasn't a kill he was threatening there, so I really don't know why he went that deep. So that was a massive pickup for Blue there. I mean, that pretty much just eliminated. I mean, now the farm lead is even, but Blue team now being up a ship with 2 Leviathans. This is looking pretty good for Kraken's team now. I mean, it's all about continuous pressure with Leviathan, so having one fewer ship to deal with means that they will be able to snowball their lead even more efficiently.
You know the control on the Phantom by OG? Good at controlling 2 ships at the same time. I've seen him do it quite a few times.
Oh yeah, it looks like he hotkeys his main ship to the 1 and hotkeys the Phantom to the 2.
Yeah. Moo was just leaving the Phantoms alone, just...
So he scans, knows there's no warp trick coming. But this is now a really... I mean, Blue is now ahead in farm. This is... Oh! But they got the stasis! The Torp is locked! Lands! 700, 300.
Oh.
Admiral Nova goes down. The BC is dead. Bloodhound is pushing in, trying to get Gats on, it looks like, Saranja here. Ion on Saranja. Dark Uncle does not have corrosive on him. Blood has gone a little bit deep.
Bloodhound's in trouble. Bloodhound's dead.
Blood is at 2,500. There's Blackout on the rest of his team. Might have E-shields. He might have E-shields. E-shields pop. He's instantly gone, though. They're just too much sustained damage. Dark Uncle is trying to get... Oh, Dark Uncle's going really deep now, too, but he was getting corrosive acid on Kraken. Ion on Kraken, but DMAT protects it. And what was an evenizing play has now resulted in an even deeper hole for the red team with the loss of Bloodhound. They really committed in there when, I mean, they got their pick. They had the lead again.
He's got the 2 kills with what? With Storm both times? He's Battle Arb.
Battle Arb saves the day once again, I guess. Yeah, this has been a very intense game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought they had a chance at potentially coming back there after that last kill.
I mean, ultimately, this has still been one of the biggest contests against Kraken's team so far.
Once they had that BC kill, they shouldn't have just pushed. They should have just gone back, upgraded.
Yep. I think the only chance Red has now is if they can hold on long enough to get some really strong broodlords. Other than that, they seem like they're pretty much outmatched here, ship-wise. And
yeah, and broodlords don't really punish Leviathans that efficiently in the short run. Like, it'd have to get to the really late game to get to that point.
Yes.
I have a feeling Kenneth is going to stasis again.
Yeah, they still have stasis. I mean, they have their combo still, right? The stasis torp, and they have the scourges. But what do they target? Like, they'd have to get one of the supports at this point.
Even the Frigg.
Yeah, Frigg or Frigg. But if they do the Frigg, then they're gonna get blacked out, right? So.
They both have blackout. He pretty much could cast the blackout.
Yep, blackout versus blackout, energy versus energy, phantom versus phantom. Ooh, Kush picked up cloak. That's interesting. Cloaked phantom Leviathans. So that you really just have no idea which Leviathan you're looking at in any given time. Stasis.
There we go.
On Gilio, but lockdown on Jimber. Intercept on Kenneth. Kenneth is down to 6,000 HP. 5,000 HP, 3,000 HP, 2,000, 1,000. Kenneth goes down. I'm sorry, Kraken goes down. Wait, no. Sorry, that was correct the first time. Kenneth goes down. Wow, words. And that's almost certainly going to be the game. Now that they've lost the capacity to boost or stasis, there's really not really a lot of ways for Jimber's team to pull out of this one now.
Yeah, it seems like they just gave in to desperation, pushed a little too far a couple times, and that's what did it.
But still, some good games here.
Yes.
I mean, ultimately, this game came down to one lance, right? I mean...
Oh yeah, true.
If Chris had landed that lance when they had the kill and that big push, like they probably won this game. And even if they even after that, right? If they had just solidified the kill on Nova and not lost Bloodhound right there, they still would have had a really good chance of getting back into it. But that's not the way it worked out, and so Looks like Kraken is now in a very good position with his team to go into the finals. We won't know that until round 3, of course, at the earliest. Right, I'm pretty sure that if Kraken wins round 3 tomorrow, he's at that point guaranteed to be in the finals.
Recept.
Frenzy, but no intercept. Didn't have the energy. Saranja does not have Frenzy. Actually getting some good amount of damage on Saranja here.
He's got a lot of Scourge. He's got 16
Scourges,
Scourge.
Torp. They actually got him down to 300. They almost got a pick there. So close. I mean, with the cloak, I'm not sure they knew how close they truly got there, but that was an extremely close to a kill there. That was one volley of rockets, or like really like one more Scourge. Not like one more Scourge launch, like one more Scourge would have been a kill there.
He's got stasis. Is he gonna?
Yeah, he's clicked the stasis. He's not in range yet. There's the stasis on Dreamer.
Cool.
Torp on Dreamer, and then Saranja's going to need to get in there, and 900 needs to get one more volley of bile. It's not actually targeting, though. Yeah, you didn't get the target lock.
He's targeting the friggin' the Raven.
Davila, I mean, you're welcome to use your lovely voice.
Alrighty.
Hey!
Yeah, what's up, fellas, ladies? Yeah, I was just saying there was a lot of basic mistakes being made here, you know, from some high-level players.
Yeah,
Game-changing both ways.
And part of this, you know, it might be that some of these players are just, you know, maybe have a little bit of rust.
Yeah.
From, there have been some IHs lately, but maybe not enough that everyone is at their peak form for the moment. Oh, they actually do manage to pick off Dreamer there. But I mean, this game was over like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, and that Lance came back to haunt them.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you knew that Lance was really gonna be one of their main opportunities in this game. That was really unfortunate.
They had a shot to adjust a little bit with killing the Levy, which was close, but I guess you get frustrated when you get to this level, desperation.
Yeah, especially when you know it's been so much back and forth, but you know that can also motivate you that, you know, maybe you still have a chance, but with just so much damage and sustained damage everywhere, right? Like, you never know when they're just going to be able to turn and dive into you with the double Leviathan.
Yeah, once these levies get fat like that, it's brutal. And they had a good shot at killing one of them.
Kraken's a pretty good levy.
Yeah. Well, the name of the game is capitalizing on mistakes and errors. And if you can't capitalize, that's cost you.
If you can't capitalize to kill the capital ship.
Yeah, it's all over.
Oh, nice Torp land on Kraken, although, you know, he just regenerates all the life in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who do you think is gonna go for the, is gonna bring it to the finals? Who do you think is gonna be up against, Kraken if it does end up that way?
Well, I like our team. JJ Beast is doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like Helvercano's team.
Helvercano's got a very good team on paper.
But we're talking about all top players here, so you never know what's going to take place.
Nox is in Hell's team, is that right?
Yeah, there's some discussion of that earlier. I didn't exactly follow what actually happened there.
You know, Go ahead.
Go
You know,
ahead, Deville.
Hell, Volcano has, a lot of talented players that bring a different play. Silver likes to warp trick, come up the sides. Same thing with, Hell Volcano. So, it'll be interesting.